here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. Well, having said that, I want me some glory hole.
This is Silver and Blue Nation, the voice of the fans. Here's Big Game James and Producer G.
How about them Cowboys?
Oh, what's going on, everybody?
Yeah. I'm Big Game James on the mic. It's like now.
And Producer G.
Go the site.
I don't even know what you said.
Yeah,
right
I don't
there.
know what I said either, but that beat got me rocking a little bit. Dre got me in my feelings on that one. But what's up, everybody? Big Game James.
Producer G, it's game day.
Game day, and it's an exciting day because I jumped on my page earlier today, and I said, you know what? I said we were going to be 2-0, and I called this as a loss, so I apologize for all Cowboys family because I said I thought we was just going to be a loss. But after watching Seattle these first couple games and just how I feel in my heart and my bones and my marrow and my soul and my everything within me, I just feel like we're going to go in there and kick that ass. Now, please, I don't want to jinx us, but I just feel that way.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this one, too, especially the way this defense has been playing. And I got to feel like it might be a low score today, but I definitely feel like this defense is going to carry you and keep you in these games all the way up to the end. We just got to hope this offense can do enough. And we've seen a little bit of that last week. I'm looking for a lot of consistency today. But before we get started and roll along, let's jump into our Facebook Live comments and appreciate everybody who's been tuning in as always. Manny Leal, Maurice Trevino, Anna Aroda, Jessica Haggerty, Cowboys Mart's in there, Will Richard. Make sure you guys give us a like and a share. Jawan James, Tommy Edwards, Ron Smith, as always, Russell Harrison, Brian Naquin, Vondell Jackson, Annette. The list goes on, and all of you watching on YouTube as well. Janiqua Russell, Thurston Howell the third, and Lamont Henley. Thanks for all you guys' comments. Keep them coming as we go along here as we preview this Cowboys-Seahawks game coming up here shortly.
Yes, sir, and shout out to the University of Texas Longhorns for that dub last night against TCU. We got USC the week before. We just came out and got a TCU, so I'm feeling good. Two ranked teams we came in, so that's why I'm repping my Texas boys. But now I get my Cowboys to get a dub, and I have a hell of a great weekend.
I bet you people are loving that hat you got on right there.
Yeah, they loving it. They ain't seen this nowhere, baby. This is A1. It's exclusive.
But yeah, so we're 1-1. We got the Eagles in a tight game. I'm not sure what the latest score was. Were you able to check that?
20-16. Eagles had the ball with like 4 or 5 minutes left in the game.
And they were down.
They were winning.
Eagles were winning.
Yeah, they were down 16-13. They scored a touchdown, and they had the ball.
Thought the Colts were going to pull it out for us.
Well, they do got Carson Wentz, and everybody wants to hate on him like they are, but you know what? He's good. Case in point, he is.
Yeah. And coming off that ACL, and he came in right away. First drive, long drive, touchdown pass.
We're going to have to deal with them for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, but the Redskins got a big win. It looked like they were dominating.
Man, damn. I hate – you know what? Green Bay, you piss me off because I don't want to hear no damn Redskins fans running their mouth because they're going to be all on my page. Like, yeah, what's up? You better win. You better win because we're going to be all on your page. I can't stand Redskins fans. For real, I can't stand the Redskins. Green Bay, you pissed me off today.
What's up, Katina? Thanks for tuning in. And Lizette, thanks for your comments as well. Make sure you guys keep them coming. We're going to get to some keys to success, some bold predictions. We're going to talk a little Earl Thomas, and we're going to see about what we need to do to win this game today. So let's just jump right into it then. What are your keys to success today for this team?
Keys to success on the defensive side, contain Russell Wilson because as I see, he's the only really threat offensively. Doug Baldwin's out. They don't really have anybody. Jimmy Graham's gone. I mean, I know they got Luke Wilson. They got a running back Pearson, Priol or something like that. But they don't have anybody that scares me on the offensive side. But Russell Wilson, that 12th man, they can just create magic. So our thing is contain him. Come after him. Do not let Russell Wilson get comfortable at no time. At the very beginning of the game, come after him. You get what I'm saying? Because they don't have any offensive threats that really scare us. So let's not play scared. Let's go out there and play very aggressive like we did against them Giants. We didn't fear Eli Manning. That's why we came after him. Let's not fear Russell Wilson, even though we know what he can do. We can't fear him. We have to treat him like he's just a regular quarterback and come after him. I feel like if we can do that on the defensive side, contain him, because like I said, I don't want him getting hot. If you can contain him and keep him under like a 200-some yard game, we're winning. And if you're looking on the offensive side of the ball, they don't have anybody really on the defensive side. KJ Wright is out the game, which is huge as a linebacker. So run. Establish that running game with Zeke. We really need to establish the game, especially with that 12th man. You know they're going to be loud. You know it's going to be crazy. So we really need to establish the running game with Zeke. And Dak just needs to make those critical passes like they need to do. No turnovers. Keep the ball close to the vest as far as the turnover game, and good field position as far as punting as well. I think punting is going to be a big key. Chris Jones needs to keep them down in distance, keeping them behind the chains. And as long as we can do that, I honestly feel like we can really blow these guys out.
Appreciate all you guys tuning in right now. We're hanging out here till about 4:15 or so, taking you up to the kickoff. So let us know what you guys think in the comments. What are your keys to success? Cowboys Mart says yes, he agrees with you. Contain Russell Wilson, feed Zeke. Those are definitely big keys to the game. And thanks for the updates, too, in the comments, everybody, about the games going on. Vondell Jackson said Green Bay is going to win this game, meaning Aaron Rodgers must be doing another magical comeback.
Come on, Green Bay.
Will Richards gives us the update, says the Colts got the ball with 3 minutes left, so one possession.
Come on, Aaron. Andrew Luck, that's what they paid you for, right?
We
to be that franchise.
And we get a win, that would be huge.
Hell
for
yeah.
us.
We'd be right back in first place. I mean, we solidify in the first place.
Again, let us know in the comments, what are your keys to success? Let us know where you're watching us from. Give us a like and a share, a thumbs up on YouTube as well. And I've got a question for you, another one for you. And well, actually, let me give you a couple of my keys.
Okay.
I just want to see consistency on the offense. It's going to be a tough crowd to handle, so they're going to have to really be on the same page, be in sync, because you're not going to be able to hear everything. You have to rely a lot on hand signals, things like that. So everybody needs to be on the same page.
Right.
I want to see that consistency, the offensive line continue to step it up. And I want to see Zeke get his 100 yards today. We're going to talk about that too. And I want to keep seeing that creativity. I don't want to see Tavon Austin with one catch and then he's gone the rest of the game. I want to see some consistency, some improvement, and continuous improvement on that side of the ball. I'm not worried about the defense. I know they're going to play well. So
I mean, we got Sean Lee's ready. Randy Gregory's back. Xavier Woods is back in the fold. So we're almost fully healthy. Dayton Jones is back on the defensive line. So we're almost fully healthy on the defensive side. So we just, like I said, we just really need to attack and really run it down their throats. I really feel like this game doesn't really need to have to be on Dak, but we really need to run the ball today. Zeke, like you said, needs to have a 100-yard game today.
Dino checks in on Facebook Live.
What up, Dino?
He's got his Zeke jersey and snapback on. He's ready for the game today.
Hey, shout out to Raymond Calizzo. He's one of our big-time people who follow us. He's actually at the game in Seattle. He threw his jersey down to Chido Awuzie, and Awuzie signed it and threw it back up to him. Beastie.
That's sweet.
He was coming out the, when they do the pregame, and he was like, threw it down to him, and Awuzie signed it and threw it back up to him. Awesome, Raymond.
Will Richard says he's got his, or is it Will Richards or Richards?
Richards.
Say Richards.
Richards.
He says he's got his white Zeke jersey and his blue Zeke jersey on tuck. Waiting to see what color they're wearing. He will not break that out. Hashtag Silver and Blue Nation. We appreciate you. And then Jeremy Rhodes checks in with a comment, says hot boys getting after Wilson.
Yes, I mean, what we had the Bears get 6 sacks on them last week, and Khalil Mack was a force. There's no reason why. I said low number 4, but there's no reason why if we don't get at them early, be like an 8-sack game. One of those games where like Cowboys, they had 6 sacks last week, 8. You know what I mean? Let's continue to make people respect and understand that our defense is for real.
Yeah, I think everybody's pretty happy with the defense. Dino and Vondell are talking about the offensive line has to block. That's for sure.
But you know what? Everybody hates G on our offensive line, but Pro Football Focus says we had the top 5 offensive line in the game right now.
After 2 weeks?
After 2 weeks.
Man, that's kind of weird considering Dak has not thrown for 200 yards yet and Zeke has not rushed for 100
Right,
yet.
But it's not about the yards when they do those evaluations of that. They go by the whole. They don't just look at the small things, and they still have us ranked top 5 in the offensive line core. So if you look at it, Joe Looney has played out of this world. Can we not admit that?
Yeah,
Joe Looney has played out of this world.
Nice.
We haven't really been talking about the center position. That's one of the most important positions on the offensive line, is that not? And we're not even talking about Joe Looney. So I'm feeling good right there. Connor Williams cleaned it up last week. He came back with no pressures from the New York Giants, and they had Snack Harrison. So that's a good thing. And then, like I said, if you look at the Seattle Seahawks defensive line, they're not what they were before. They don't have those guys that they used to. KJ Wright, once, like I said, I'm beating that on the chest. KJ Wright being out is huge. You know what I'm saying? They got Bartavius Mingo.
They're all kind of banged up.
You get what I'm saying? Griffin, he's a great good scorer, and he's been playing balls out, but guess what? He's still a rookie. You know what I mean? So we need to take advantage of what we have right now. We have the advantages across the board, from offensive line all the way down. So we are the advantage. They just have the 12th man is Russell Wilson. We need to take that advantage and beat their heads in today. Make a statement.
Thurston Howell comments in on our YouTube channel. He says Colts are in the red zone. So thanks for that update.
Thank you.
Hopefully
love
the
y'all.
Colts can finish them off.
Please, come on, Andrew. That's why they pay you this big money.
Janiqua Russell says she's ready to see that defense tear it up. Thanks, Janiqua, for you. You're a patron of the Silver and Blue Nation podcast. We appreciate you.
We definitely
if
appreciate
anybody
you.
else would like to join her and become a part of the nation, you can support the nation. Patreon.com/Silver Blue Nation. You see it right above his head on the screen if you want to go check that out.
My big
and
head.
it's also in the description on the YouTube video.
Yes.
And you guys checking in on Facebook Live, make sure you go over and subscribe to our YouTube channel there as well so you can never miss a show because we're here every week. Lamont Tinley says cut down on stupid penalties.
Yes.
Yes. Mark Scott says, I want to see some Michael Gallup. He can do what Calvin Ridley did. He just had 140 yards and a couple touchdowns.
He had 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns, yes. So
let's talk about LVE. All these other first-round draft picks that have been blowing the hell up. No, we need LVE if Sean Lee's hamstring tightens up, because I feel like it will. He's got a hamstring injury, and you just feel like Sean Lee going to get hurt because he got a hamstring injury. He's going to turn. Somebody's going to fake him and go to the left. He's going to go to the right, and he's going to be limping off the field. So LVE, while I'm seeing all these other first-round draft picks blowing up, not all of them, but they are blowing up, I need to see if Sean Lee goes out. I need to see a 10-tackle game from LVE and showing us why they picked you in the first round. You haven't played bad, but you haven't played great. I need you to have more reaction and more tackles in this game. Show us why they picked you at 19.
I'm a little bit excited about him because him and Jalen Smith both were up there leading the team in tackles last week, so I was pretty happy about that.
I need it today, though.
Jenny Brown Scott tunes in. Let's go, Hot Boys. Man, that name is catching on, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Remember when we said in the beginning, you asked me, what do I think about the name? I said it was corny as hell.
Yes.
Didn't I say it was corny?
I still believe it is.
But it is corny. But didn't I also say when we get that 6-sack game, I'm going to be like, Hot Boys, Hot Boys. Yeah. And I've been doing it. I stayed true to it, y'all. I stayed true. I've been screaming Hot Boys. I'm in the crib playing Hot Boys with Lil Wayne and them at night. You feel me? So it's rung on to me. It's corny, but you guess what? I will be screaming when we get some big sacks.
Billy Sewell checks in on our Facebook Live comment section. He says, is our defense a top 10 so far this year? They've been looking good.
We're top 5 right now. We're top 5. I think we're like top 2,
you
top 3.
You think they can finish something like that?
I mean, why not? What's really stopping us, especially if we stay injury-free? This is not the hype train. People are like, this is the hype. We were talking about this last year, weren't we? This is not a hype train. Now it's just accumulation of everything coming together. We got the right coaches in place. You got Ron Marinelli, who basically said, I gave Chris Richard the coaching duties as far as last week. And you know what? Ron Marinelli is better when he just sticks with that defensive line. When he just messes with that defensive line, he is awesome. And just keep giving the game plan to Richard and let him keep doing his thing. Don't mess up a good thing. Let it keep rolling. Why can't we be a top 5 defense? Look at all the other defenses around. You can't say we are talented as good as anybody else out there.
You think there's any extra motivation for Chris Richard coming into this
Hell
game?
yeah. They fired him. Wouldn't you? I mean, yes, he loves Pete Carroll, but he wants to – if you're any guy that's got fired by an organization, then you play him that same year, you're not going to have motivation to show him, like, this is why – I'm the real deal. So I'm going to show you why I am a top coach. And why wouldn't this be a prove-it game? Their coordinator, Schottenheimer, isn't the greatest. He doesn't make the greatest calls. Their offense is terrible right now as far as rankings. So we need to show them why they're not that good. We cannot make Seattle look good today. Understand this. This is and I think Jason Garrett's record after 3 games is always like 2-1 for the his last tenure. So don't break that code. what we always talk about, G, about being consistent. We win one game, then we lose one game.
That's what I
then we
said.
win one game, then we lose one game.
I want to see consistency.
This cannot
today.
happen today. We beat the Giants, who weren't that good. We need to go in Seattle, who is not that good, and prove that we are the better team. The better team should always win, and this comes down to coaching as well.
Will Richards says he joined our Patreon account earlier today.
Yeah.
He paid $10 a month. We appreciate you, Will Richards.
Shout outs.
Hey, you guys, stay tuned too, all you Patreons, because you're going to love it, because we're going to be coming at you with some exclusive
We got some hot stuff for
content we've been talking about. So make sure that you stay tuned in for that. Make sure all you guys come back here too for the post-game show.
Hell yeah.
When we finish up here. Before we jump into more comments, I'm going to move on to another topic, and I want you guys to give us your take in the comment section as well when I put this question up here, and then also keep us updated on these games, what's going on. I saw someone said, Vondell says the Packers are giving the Redskins this game. They fumbled, so
oh my God,
that's no good. But while we're waiting on
keep
more
us
updates
up on that
from
Indy.
like we said, we're not that concerned about the defense. The offense has been the concern. People have been we're looking about the play calling. Do you think Garrett should take over as a play caller? And before you answer, let me just throw out a little nugget. The last 4 years since Jason Garrett has been relieved of his play calling duties, the offensive rankings have dropped and dipped in each season. And when Jason Garrett was a play caller, we were top 10 every season in offense. So you tell me.
You want to be honest? I don't really care, because in my heart, it's not going to happen. He already said he ain't doing it. So it's like, to me, I live in kind of reality in certain things. So if we're saying Jason Garrett should take over play calling duties because of that, but he says, I trust Scott Linehan, it's a dead subject to me. He ain't doing it. Scott Linehan is his man. He loves some Scott Linehan. So we just got to roll with it, at least this year.
Well, if you remember before, it was like when he was calling the plays, it was like he wasn't really able to handle the other responsibilities as a coach because it was like too much for him.
Right. And that's
but
why
the offense was good, though.
But that's why Jerry Jones really stripped him of his play calling duties. Is that correct? Because he was saying that you just need to concentrate on being a coach.
And it sounds like what we're saying here is that he's not a head coach.
Exactly. He's an offensive coordinator. And you should have never elevated him to that, but because the Baltimore Ravens were sweating him, you wanted to make, I'm going to prove that I'm going to bring in Jason Garrett and I'm going to show you I can win a Super Bowl with him. Well, we know it's probably not going to happen with Jason Garrett.
We've got an unfortunate update in our Facebook Live comments. Will Richards says, 4th down, Colts at the Eagles' 5-yard line. Then Luck was sacked. It's Eagles' ball. It's over. The Eagles win. So there you go. Right now, 2-1 Eagles.
I will live off this, that the Eagles have not been impressive in these 3 weeks, so I'll live off of that. They've been basically getting by the skin of their teeth, so that lets me feel good that they don't look like a dominant team. So I'm not really scared of those Eagles. They have Carson Wentz. They got a good defense, but we have those same things, but we don't have a Wentz. But I will say that we can match them blow for blow, and I'm not really scared of those Eagles, and I can't wait to play them.
We talked about a little bit ago. I even saw someone in our YouTube Live comments make a comment about Zeke getting 100 yards today. So, and I said that's what I want to see. So will Zeke get his first 100-yard game of the season today?
I believe so, because the reason why I say that, because Seattle's defense is not that formidable. They are good, but they're not that formidable, and they have a lot of missing pieces, and they don't have those dominant pieces like they had before. So why doesn't Zeke get this? I mean, he played he had 78 tough yards against the Giants, and the Giants are always a tough team to run against. Just keep on staying with it. You know, I know there's one of those games where we say, let's be creative on this first down, run up the middle. But this is a game with that crowd noise, this is how you shut the crowd up, by running it down the throat, and keep on running it down the throat. Let Zeke get stronger and stronger and stronger. Feed him. Stay creative, but stay getting Zeke. Also, we need to throw the ball to him some more. Get him out on those flats. Get him out on those screen passes. Use him in the passing game, because when Zeke can get out in space, he's a monster.
Appreciate you guys updating us on the games in the comment section.
Patrick Mahomes is a beast.
Arturo Lugo says the game isn't over yet. It's 3rd down for the Eagles with a minute left, so I guess there's still a little bit of hope for for that one. Brian Naquin says Dak's going to have a huge game today. I hope you're right about that.
I'd love to see that one.
Yes, but I really do hope that Zeke gets over that hump, gets 100 yards. I saw a stat that you actually posted on your Facebook page. Go follow his Big Game James Facebook page. Go over there and give him a follow. You posted something that
first
showed,
2 games.
Yeah, what was the stat? That this is like he's never had 100 yards or something in the first 2 games of the season?
His first 2 games, I think he has like 160-something yards. And they said, everybody's like down on Zeke right now, but
it's
this
like
is most yards.
This
is most yards he's had in his first
2 games.
2 games in his whole career.
That's kind of unbelievable.
That's kind of crazy, right? But if you really think about it, when he played in 2016, the Giants shut him down. He didn't do great against the Redskins. He only had like 80 yards against the Redskins. And then the next year, he had over 100, the Giants, but then he got shut out against the Denver Broncos. He only had like 8 yards. So you can see where it happened.
Lugo and Adam Dixon give us an update and say the Eagles are punting with 53 seconds to go. So
run it back. Put T.Y. Hilton out there and let him run all the way back for a touchdown, man. Be bold.
So we got a little bit of hope left there. And I'm seeing people asking about the Earl Thomas thing as well. Is he playing today?
Yes,
or what's up with that?
He is playing. They're talking about right now. I was listening before we actually got here, and they were talking about what they're going to do with him, because they said basically he went to practice Friday, and while he was practicing, he just sat out, and then he was just done. He didn't even practice anymore. So then they said he didn't show up the day before, so they're talking about finding him. Are they going to find him considerably? But basically, the situation is after this game, they're looking to move on from him, and now they're going to look at see what the best deal is. I posted on the page that they were talking about they wanted a first round, a mid round, and a player, which is crazy to me. But when you have a team like Kansas City who is playing right now and they don't really have a defense and they have the capital to kind of do that, they would look like the team that would reach because they need somebody like him, whereas Dallas will probably stand put. We'll probably throw something out there. But when you really look at the general manager from Seattle Seahawks, why would he give it to Dallas? You know what I mean? Because it just seems like Earl put Dallas out there. Earl did everything with Dallas, so why would he make it easier for us? Why wouldn't he send him to an AFC team instead of an NFC team who we probably play? It just seems like that to me.
On our YouTube channel, Santa Claus just did crack chimes in. He says, "A nice hat, big game."
I love your name,
John Jones.
Santa Claus.
Yeah, those YouTube handles are crazy. They just let you do whatever you want.
I freaking love
John Jones says, "What's up, Big Game James?" 24-13 Cowboys. So you guys just hang with us. We'll be here for about 10 more minutes, and then we're going to get into some score and bold predictions before we kick this thing off. So start getting them down there in the comments, your score and bold predictions, so we can read them off to you. But before we jump to that, we got a couple players returning on the defensive side. We got Randy Gregory back today, Xavier Woods. What type of impact are these guys going to have? And then also after you answer that one, talk a little bit about this offensive line, because Dino's over here getting frustrated in the comment section saying, am I the only one concerned about our offensive line today with that crowd and defense? But you can hit on that on our defensive returning players.
Okay. Well, first of all, I don't know how what to expect really from Xavier Woods, because he's coming back from a hamstring injury. Those are tough, you know. You make one run move and then you can pull it again and you'll be out another 3 or 4 weeks. As long as that hamstring stays good, I think Xavier Woods is going to be a force. I believe he's the type of player that we when we drafted him, he was the ball hawk that we needed. He's going to be that type of player. As far as Randy Gregory, I'm ready for him to come back. He just had a concussion. We were killing the Giants without him. Now we have somebody like him off the edge again. It's just going to be dominating, I feel like, on our end. We just need to continue to attack. As far as the offensive line goes and that line and the crowd, I'm not too concerned about our offensive line. The only person that kind of concerns me is La'el Collins. I know Connor Williams has had problems because he's not the biggest guy, but they don't have really any threats as far as the defensive tackles that really scare me. But La'el Collins, he's good, but sometimes when he gets out of his technique and he reaches and he lunges and he doesn't use his proper technique with his feet, he gives up easy sacks or he gets bad holding calls. That's who I worry about when we get like a big game, G. Let's say we get like a 25-yard, 30-yard gain, and then holding, number 71 on offense, repeat third down. You know what I'm saying? That's who I get concerned about. Honestly, I'm not really concerned about our offensive line. I'm not concerned. What we need to do is just play smart. If we play smart, we will whoop their ass. That's just my opinion. They don't really have the players to really stand with us. We just play smart and play within ourselves. This should be an easy game.
Thanks for commenting and checking in with us on Facebook Live. Michael Lacefa,
Glory hole.
James Lyles, and Wiseman Santana checks in. And I know Terry Turner, he's always wanting him some glory hole.
We love glory hole.
And so, having said that, I want me some glory hole.
We need some glory hole today.
Yes, that would be lovely.
2-1.
Now, as you can see, once again, we got to keep up with these Eagles. So you cannot
And
afford
Redskins.
to lose games.
And Redskins.
Apparently, the Redskins now. Adrian Peterson over there going off.
You feel me? And I said he was a bum now, and they're running the ball with him.
Well, last week he looked like a bum, but this week he was good. So I don't
Right.
know. But we said it. Here we go. Let's get to it before we wrap this thing up. We got score and bold predictions. Once again, get yours down in the comments so we can read them off and shout you out so we can see if you were right or not when we come back for this post-game show. Make sure you guys are joining us after we knock off Seattle tonight.
Yeah.
Make sure you jump back here on Facebook
Make sure
Live
you back
and YouTube
here.
so we can talk
Silver
this
and Blue
thing up. We
Nation.
might even open up the phone lines tonight.
Hell yeah. So
See
you
what's
just-
going on.
Yeah.
So let's get at it then. Score prediction from you and a bold prediction.
Spore.
Trying to combine them?
Score prediction for me, 24-17 Cowboys. Bold prediction today, Rico Gathers. Gets 4 catches for 78 yards and a big touchdown.
Wow, so you're saying
a big
he's
touchdown.
getting big plays.
He's going to get big plays today. I'm going to just keep it real. We made a smart decision by keeping Rico Gathers. I have a feeling that later on in the season, Rico Gathers is going to be one of our keys on our offense.
We've been missing that guy that's, that playmaker as a receiver. So I think that's what we might have with him. But
get Rico Gathers. This is a perfect game for Rico Gathers to shine. Perfect game for Rico Gathers to have a breakout game.
I'm with it.
Perfect breakout game for Rico Gathers.
And I think you and I might have been thinking the same kind of things because we both had the same score prediction, 24-17. Our bold predictions are actually similar as well.
Ooh.
Except you went Rico Gathers. I'm going to stay with that same position. I'm going to say Jeff Swain.
Woo, Jeff Swain?
Catches 2 touchdowns today.
Oh, yeah, that's super bold.
2 touchdown catches for Jeff
Super
Swain. He gets his
bold.
first career touchdown. Watch Blake Jarwin. Watch Blake Jarwin be the one. That's our luck. Let me go through the comments here and see if we got any score and bold predictions.
Some
So
bold
look
predictions
through.
from you guys.
We got a net with a 23-10 W for the Cowboys.
What does Annette know about football?
No Cano
It's like,
says,
I'm sorry, baby. Don't get
says-
mad at me. I'm just playing.
No Cano says 13-31. He didn't specify who's winning.
Okay, you got to say us. That better be bold. Us winning.
Brian, well, you put 13 first, so I'm thinking
Okay.
that means a loss. I don't know.
Oh, get
Brian-
the hell out of here then.
Brian Naquin says 29-17 Cowboys. Hopefully I'm saying your last name right, Brian.
Bold predictions, y'all.
Adam Dixon says 6 sacks again today.
Katina said that's a puff pass. G.
What, for me?
Yeah.
What'd I do?
With Jeff Swain. She said,
Oh.
you smoking that good.
Okay, we'll see. That's why it's bold. I'm
That's-
saying things that ain't supposed to happen.
Exactly. She says smoking that good.
Dino says 20-21 Cowboys win if the offensive line holds up.
We're okay, Dino.
Lugo gives us a final update, says the game ended on a Hail Mary and the Eagles beat the Colts 20-16. Will Richards says 20-17 Cowboys with Brent Maher with a late game-winning field goal. I like that.
Hey, he said you said his name right. He said, and that's rare.
There we go.
And we're rare over here because we chop and screw up names.
Terry Turner said bus out day today, 34-13.
Oh, I loving that.
That's big.
I think that I really feel like, you know what? Can I give a bold prediction on defense?
Let's hear it.
Bold prediction on defense, 4 turnovers.
Ooh, I like that one. I definitely want to see more of those. We all been waiting on those. We've
4
been salivating
turnovers on
for more
defense for
turnovers.
the bold prediction.
James Lyles gives us another update on the Redskins-Green Bay game. He says Redskins are now up 31-17, so that one's pretty much done.
Oh, I hate you, Redskins.
Wiseman Santana says 27-10 Cowboys. Cowboys Mar has the same score. Darren Winkle checks in with a comment. Thanks for that. Trey Goodwin says 17-6 Cowboys defense. Michael Iosefa says Russell Wilson throws 3 interceptions.
I like that. That's
Cowboys
big.
smart, bold. Cheeto 2 picks with a pick 6.
That's bold.
I hope he's right. I've been saying pick 6 for a while for him. Darren Winkle 17-14 Dallas. And then James Lyles says 28-13 Cowboys. Adam Dixon 24-17 Cowboys. Dino says 4 sacks.
Come on, Dino. You know that ain't bold. You need to say 8 sacks.
Let me show a little love to YouTube.
Okay.
And thanks to all you guys who are watching over here as well. Mark Scott, Thurston Howell, Stevie Mack. Santa Claus just did crack. He's still tuning in with us. Thank you, John Jones, as well. Good one.
I mean,
Let's see. Let me get some of these scoring bolds. Thurston Howell is 17-7. Dak runs for 3 TDs.
That's bold.
Your score doesn't add up though, but that's cool. That's cool. Maybe he meant 21-7.
Right. That's too many points. Okay.
Mark Scott said 21-10. Zeke goes for 200 yards and 3 TDs.
Oh, that's now that we get that. Hey, we're going to have a great post game if he runs for 203 touchdowns.
John Jones gives us an NFC update. Saints-Falcons tied at 37. Wow. Could we see the third tie in as many weeks? That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy. That would say that never happened in the NFL.
Oh, good one says Jimmy G carted off the field.
Oh.
That's not good for 49er fans. Anyway, folks, it's about time for kickoff. Let me see if we have any more bold predictions in our comment section. Terry Turner said Xavier Woods 2 picks in his return. Brian Naquin says Byron Jones a pick. I mean, I guess that is bold for him because he rarely ever gets them.
And then we got
Tim Warner. He's going to one-up you on the
he's
going
to. Okay, Tim. You always trying to one-up me, dog. Why, Tim? And then I agree with you with some Dak.
And then Will Richards chimes in and says Michael Gallup gets his first career touchdown today.
That can definitely happen. Rico, I feel like Rico. Do you feel it, G? Maybe it's just me. I just feel like Rico gathers. Give him the ball today. He's active. He's going to be on the active roster every week now. You feel me?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Rico gathers the ball. Get him the ball, folks.
I thought he was obviously the best tight end in camp.
Yeah.
And actually last year too. I know he got hurt, but I felt like if he didn't get hurt last year,
you saw what he was
starting.
doing.
Matt Shelby checks in on YouTube. We appreciate
you. What up, Matt?
Matt, hopefully we get this win today. He says, let's go off Zeke. He said Dak missed Rico a couple times last week. Yes, he did.
Everybody's feeling the Rico thing today. The Rico act.
Thurston Howell said for the record he tried to put 2-1, but he fat-fingered it, so he accidentally put 17. John Jones said Tank 2 sacks, Randy Gregory 3 sacks, Taco Bell gets 1. So, hey.
I like it.
I would like that. And make sure you guys check in with us for the post-game show.
Make sure you check in.
After we hand Seattle this L today and put them at 0-3, and the Cowboys are sitting at 2-1.
Please
feeling
get on here.
Good. We'll see you guys for the post-game show. Make sure you check back in. YouTube, Facebook Live, EBSN Online, Big Game James, Silver and Blue Nation. That's Big Game James.
That's Producer G Voltron, and let's get this dub, y'all.
We'll see you guys
post-game.
After the game.
Get on here and nowhere else.